Good morning, students. Today we'll see about the second poem, that is from the 10th standard. The Abraham Lincoln's letter to his son's teacher, written by himself. So his letter, Abraham Lincoln's letter to his son's teacher. Okay, his son is studying in the school, so he writes a letter to his teacher. It was written by Abraham Lincoln itself. Before going to the poem, let us speak about the author, who is Abraham Lincoln. Was born in the 1809 and died in the 1865. He lived not long life, a short life, as more or less in the 54 years. Okay, he was so 16. He was one among the 16th president of USA, United States of America. He was born of the poor family who struggled to make a living in Kentucky. Okay, Canterbury is a neighboring. You know that KFC. Okay, Canterbury chicken. Okay, fried chicken, KFC. Canterbury fried chicken is the original of KFC. Now they had done all the name they have changed. In Bangalore they have a BFC. Bangalore Canterbury chicken, KFC, BFC. Okay, if you go to the one important city, you find that first of the letter of S and you have the shop. Okay, that is not our problem. That is the Kentucky. He was born of the poor family. He made a great effort to acquire knowledge. Since he was from the very poor family, he made a lot of effort to achieve something for the knowledge. And that is what one more background to us to study well. Maybe your parents are not studying. Okay, why they have sent you to the English medium school? So that you may study well, you may achieve something which they have not achieved in their life. See, every parents have their desire. My son, my daughter should be something else, not like me. So that they have this idea. He is an outspoken opponent of the system of the slavery. And what was the big problem there? In America, they have a problem of the slavery. Laborers, workers, alugulu. So they had no word to say. Whatever the landlords, the rich people used to have, only have to have this word to say. But the poor people, slavery, they are the slaves, working as maids in their house, working as coolies, workers. They had no word to say. That is what the society problem here today. Now only rich people have something to hold on. See, this is what this man was a spoken opponent, outspoken, straightforward he was. He was not ready to keep something for himself. Since he was from the same family, poor family, when he became educated, he started an outspoken character, and he is opposed the slavery system in America. He defeated the Confederacy in America in Civil War and introduced measures that abolished slavery. And he fought for the abolish the slavery system of America. He is the one, Abraham Lincoln. Okay, he was a great man. Let us go through the summary. I don't think that you require my face to know the summary. You listen carefully. I will explain to you. Okay. Every father wants his child to get the best education so that the child may one day grow up to be a successful person. This is the desire of every parent. My child supposed to be something else. So that is every child desire, every father, every parent desire that to something to achieve. But then everybody has his own descriptions of success. But everybody has his own level of a success. Some will grow very fast. No? Some will see their success very soon. But some will take a time. But there is a success for everybody. There is nothing but there is behind it. There is a hard work is required. Sitting home that I want a success, without entering into the race. I want to win. No, not possible, no. And this is how the life is. In this letter to his son's teacher, Abraham Lincoln requested the teacher to inculcate in his sons the qualities that Lincoln feels would be the best. Inculcate, to make him to sure, to recognize with him that he has the ability. Inculcate. Okay, when your student come, that you may not know what you are able of, so that they send you to the school to see which field you are better off. Okay, because of that, no, we have in the later when you finish your 10th standard, you have your PUC on the different field. Till the 10th standard, there is no different ideas of the education. But now, when you reach to the PUC, you have there are different fields. Now, for example, arts, commerce, science, diplomas. All these are available for you. Political science. Say, different fields are available for you. So that in which you are good, that you take a choice. And that is what the inculcate in them, to instill in them, to find out what is they are good in. That is what a teacher can do to you. Okay. What is the remarkable is that instead of success, Lincoln's focus is more on what would make his son a good human being. His success was not on the society level, to make on the human level. Okay, to make as a good of a best human. Okay, that is what is human being. It is in this aspect we can see Lincoln's love for humanity shining as brilliantly as his love for his son. Okay, that what he has for the humanity, and so that he became the best president of America. Why? Because in his son he saw this humanity being to be a good person. Okay, and that is what he wanted to make a whole American society as a good society, and that is what reflects of his everything. What is also noticeable, identified, is the fact that he knows that it is a tough job. It is not so easy task to make one person as a good human. Throughout the poem, the tone is of the appeal and never of order. It is an appeal, it is a request, it is not an order. It is a need of somebody, not ordering him. Okay, not commanding. That also is very important. The speaker keeps repeating the phrase "if you can" several times because he knows that despite earnest effort from the teacher, sometimes things may go wrong and the outcome can be quite contrary to what the further evaluation as a teacher endeavors to inculcate in the young boy. Maybe there are sometimes there are the mistakes of the child, but the teacher can correct this child. That is what the confidence that Abraham Lincoln had it. You make a mistake, that is a common, but every mistake will not lead you to the bad things. From the mistake you learn the good things. That is what the idea is. That is what the teacher can identify. I remember when I was teaching in Gadar, one of my class student complained that he had 100 rupees, and in the evening he spent that 100 rupees to his friends. And the next day morning when I called him, asked him, from where did you get that 100 rupees? Okay, and he said, I got that near the shop. It was fallen. I got gone to buy something with 5 rupees, and I found that 100 rupees and then put it in my pocket and came back. And the evening I spent that money to my friends. Who was with you? The next question of mine. Who was with you? And he identified the name. And I asked him, did you go with him first time when he went to the shop? Yes. Did he get that money near the shop? No. This was the first lie. Okay. The second thing, and I asked him, did your father give you the pocket money every day? Yes. How much he give you? 10 rupees. Then how can you get 100 rupees? And slowly identifying, to knowing the thing, I came to know. Then I called his parents, asking them what is the condition of his child. Okay. And father also not knowing that he has robbed that 100 rupees from his own pocket. Okay. And this is what the child at last he accepted. See, We must require the patience to make every child fall to be corrected properly. That is what the idea we have. That is what the Abraham Lincoln thinks of here. See, okay. The father, however, is hopeful of the best for his boy, whom he lovingly refers to as a fine boy. Even they make a mistake of their life, we have to tell them you are the best. Instead of bombarding them on their head and cursing them, scolding them, you know the bad words which the parents here use to their own child. I cannot take that words in my mouth. So bad it is. To their own child, they say these words. And here, see, this is the eye opener for us. We are the future of our country, and there is the eye opener for this. This lesson is highlighting us of our character, how to build up this human being society, concerning society. Lincoln has a realistic view of life and hence knows that in this world both good and evil have their own share. That is the common in the society, in the world, in the town, in the family. There is a good and bad. Everybody is not a good, everybody is not a bad. The good and bad must go together. That is the life of our life. That is the entire life is like this. Do you think that only good you can do? Or only bad you can do? No, there is a good and bad go together. That is of our life. However, he doesn't want his son to look only at the evil and lose faith in the goodness of people. And that is a problem. Where you track him towards, okay? If the son goes and robs you 10 rupees of your father's pocket, and mother says, very good because your father is so stingy. You go on training him to do that, one day he becomes a robber. On the contrary, you have to train him, okay? Tackle him properly of his faults, not to just to bombard him, okay? You cannot say, don't do. He will know why I should not do that. He will put a question, and he himself will put a question to that, why I should not do that. That is a problem. That is why the wants the teacher to teach the boy that the very rough here is the hero. For every selfish politician, a dedicated leader, and for every enemy, a friend, this balanced view of life may be tough to bring about, as the student is likely to have more number of negative examples than positive. This is a common. You want to be a hero, there should be a villain. In front of the villain only you can be a hero. If the police are there, there should be the robber to catch them. No? If there is a good, there should be bad. If you don't know what is the difference between the good and bad, how can you choose that good? No? Are you getting my idea? Okay? The people are telling you, don't do. If you don't know what is that not to do, how can you that you cannot do that? That is what the idea is here. This is why the teacher may have to go slow in teaching this lesson. Maybe Lincoln's indirect appeal to the teacher is to be an example to the student. After talking about the world in general terms, Lincoln moves on to the specific values he wants to be inculcated in the son, put in his son, rooted in his sons. He begins with a hard work and says that a struggle dollar would have greater value than $5 if the single dollar is earned through hard work and the $5 by chance. You can have a 10 rupees in your hand by robbing, but the same that 10 rupees when you work hard, and that value is more than that 10 rupees of yours. No? that the 10 rupees is more valuable than the 100 rupees when you work hard and somebody gives you 100 rupees, you don't know the value of that 100 rupees. And that is what he says here. Okay. Knowing how competitive the world is, the father wants his son to know how to lose gracefully. The father knows that one cannot really win unless one knows how to lose. See how it is very clear? Huh? If you have failed, only you can know how to pass. Okay. If you lose, you know that you do a lot of practice over that. But constantly, you are going on winning, you don't know what is the loss of it. Huh? That is what the saying says. Every failure is a first step to success. That is what the word is said. At the same time, the father wants the son to enjoy victory if winning comes his way. Doesn't matter that you lose and sit down. No. You fight against that so that you get a winning victory towards this. The father knows that one of the most undermining emotions is envy, sittu, hagetana, okay, envy, dvesha, that cannot remain. So he wants the teacher to stir in his way from envy, to take him out of the envy, ದ್ವೇಷದಿಂದ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ತರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. When one of is free of such negative emotions, one can enjoy quiet moments of a mirth, that is a easiness, easy way. Right from the beginning, the young boy should know the bullies only seem to be a strong. It is very easy to defeat them because the strength is not real strength. So simply those are bullying, telling the fool, it can make out easy for them to know the fault of their life. It is easy. Real strength does not lie in overpowering others. ಬೇರೆಯವರ ಮೇಲೆ ದಬ್ಬಾಳಿಕೆ ನಡೆಸುವುದರಿಂದ ನಾವು ಬಲವಂತರಂತ ತೋರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. It is not possible. Jumping on everybody. The husband is constantly shouting at a wife, and society is saying, hey, see how he controlled his wife. That is not a man at all. Or raising the hand to a wife. He is not a man at all. And that is what life is. Okay, he says here. Real power is when one is able to control one's weakness. That is what is exactly the thing is required. When you know to control your weakness, then you are strong. So in the scripture, St. Paul says, when I am weak, I am strong. It means he knows how to control his weakness. You get angry, instead of getting angry with others, you control your anger, to think twice, to jump on the other or no. Am I speaking right or not? That is what the strength of your life. That is called you are strong. Okay. The teacher, in addition to teaching what is found in books, is required to initiate the boys learning from the book of nature. Teacher is not only to teach what is there in the book. The teacher is to inculcate in the student what is good for them and give them the moral of their life. That is what the more important. See, from the first standard till the 9th standard which you have studied, you have forgotten most of things of the lesson. Yes or no? But you entangled to the teacher who taught you the character of theirs, the love they have shown to you, the way they teach. I remember when I was in the studying 8th and 10th, I had met with my headmistress, okay, and she never shouted the student in front of the crowd. Did she not correct that guy? She corrected in the chamber privately, and that is the character which I liked so much. And that is what impressed me so much to be as a teacher. See? And that is what the things we have to learn many times. There is yet one more lesson he needs to learn in the school, and that is the moral righteousness. Moral good. Okay. The father wants the son to know that it's more important to the honest than to pass in the exam through the dishonest. My dear students, carefully listen to this statement. Okay, what the Abraham Lincoln wants his son to know, that it is more important to be honest than to pass in the exam through the dishonest. Copy ಹೊಡೆದು pass ಆಗೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ fail ಆಗೋದೇ ಮೇಲು. Understood here? Better you with your own strength you pass, not knowledge of the others. Because when you go to the job, knowledge of the others will not help you. Whatever you study, whatever you gain, what you acquire, that is what it requires from you. One would lose one's self-respect if one were to pass in the exam by cheating. Clear? The next one. The father further requests the teacher to teach his son the value of having faith in his own ideas. You must have faith on your own ideas, own brain. ನಿನ್ನ ಜಾಣತನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿನಗೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಬೇಕು. That is what you require. I can do it. Okay. Even when he is discouraged by others who tell him that he is wrong, the father wants his sons to be supple in his approach and respond to the people according to their own behavior. If others are gentle, the son should be gentle with them, and if they are tough, the son should be equally tough with them. See, according to the situation, you must know to act. If he is very good, don't harm them. If he is going on doing the bad things, don't give him, stop him, give him one smash, give it on his face so that he may learn his mistake by doing that. Understood? Be with the good, bad with the bad, he says. Yeah. In other words, he should pay them back in the own coin. Originally, it's assigned high premium by the speaker. He does not want his son to be one among the masses, among the crowd. Okay. However, even in his leading position, he should not overlook the importance of listening to all. When you are in the position, you should not listen to everybody as if it is the right things. Okay. If he feels, listen, should not overcome, says. Okay. He should have the ability to filter truth from falsehood and retain only that which is good. Now, you must have the intellectual, your ability to know which is good, what is bad. So that we have seen in the moral action. Okay, moral action which is good. You cannot judge the action of the man. He says, no, Mahatma Gandhi. Let's see later here. If he should not allow his own despondency to come in the way of the enjoyment of others, nevertheless, if he feels like shedding tears, he should do so without the false idea that tears are shameful. When you have to cry in front of something, you have to cry, not be ashamed. Be what you are at last, he says here. Be what you are. Don't act as if that nothing happens to you. You should have no place for cynics who question and doubt everything. Cynics don't believe in anything. They are called cynics. Everything they have a doubt. They don't worry. Is there a problem? They say no problem. Are you happy? I don't know why to be happy. They say they are called cynics. There is no problem at all in their life. Okay. At the same time, insincere people should be shunned even if they speak sweetly. He needs to be courteous, too much sweetness. He should be taught to make use of his physical and the mental faculties. Okay. But he should never butter his soul for a corrupt practice. Never give up his soul for the bad things. Even if the whole world is against him, if he truly believes that he is right, he should stand up for his conviction. Even the whole world, your whole family, my whole society says that you are wrong, but you know that you have done the good thing, then you stand on your good works. Daughter of the Brahmins, you can say. Even if the whole world is against him, if he truly believes that he is right, he should stand up for his conviction. The teacher should treat him with a greatness, but not cuddle him too much, because only when the boy goes through tough time, you should not give him something easy for everything. Okay, you have to give him the tough time also in his life. Live still that undergoes and test the fire. Okay, you see that steel to mold as a rod, to make a something, it goes under the fire. The gold, unless